Hey, Gates. With Dead Space. Yeah. Ugh. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. Are these the only two co-op modes? Man, I can't even play the new mode in co-op. Hey, Raiden. I haven't gotten very far, Gates. Can I play it solo? No. I can't even do it there. You have to play PvP to get to it. Aw, man. Oh well. We're gonna be Conquest and Discovery. We're playing Conquest then. Gotta go with the classic. Gotta go with the classic. Because, you know, it's what you gotta do. It's what you gotta do. Reminds me a bit of the days back when all you could really do is jump into a server, because we had a server browser, and chill in there until there was enough people for a game. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't even playing the audio for the game. Hey, we get a game. I think we're playing Reaper all fucking day. All day long. Ugh. Do I put a tweet out? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Is this completely ballsed up? I think it is. Oh, goodness gracious. That's hilarious. That is absolutely fucking hilarious. I think I kind of needed that. Having some bugs. We'll see. We'll see. All right. All right. Ah. Hey Axe, how you doing? How you been? Alright, let's try this again. Oh, good lord. Ah. On the upswing now? I can understand. I can understand that quite a bit. I have been there not too recently. But things are looking all right. At least for me at the moment. Barring this, of course. My job going? I think it's going all right. I don't really know, but I think it's going all right. I mean, it seems like an okay place to be. The like the new job sheen is kind of wearing off. Like whenever you start someplace new and there's that honeymoon period where it's just like, oh, I'm learning all these things and all these new experiences and that's kind of worn off a little bit. But I know there is still a ton of stuff for me to learn and a ton of stuff for me to absorb. So we'll see. I don't see me leaving that place anytime soon, which makes me very, very happy. Which makes me very, very happy. Because, I mean, so many other places I've been, I would start and I could like, you know, after a little while, and I mean like a couple of days, I can go, yeah, I could see why I'd want to leave this place.
Okay, we've earned a refit. Get to a station.
The enemy have captured a forward station. Jump restrictions breached. Enemy ships have reached our base.
I can't. It's a bad start. It is! But you know what? It's hilarious at the same time. And I kinda needed that. Because I'm not gonna lie. This is depressing as fuck. Holy shit, this is depressing. Man. Cause, I mean, this is my game. And it's over with. I didn't even work on it. And I'm feeling this bad. Ugh. I'm not even gonna try and guess how the guys at the studio feel. Cause I mean, wildly unstable server since the eviction went live. Yeah. Well, you know what? We're gonna soldier on through until I'm fucking fed up. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna keep going until I just cannot even anymore. Because, god damn it, I want to play some Fractured Space, and I want to talk about some Fractured Space stories, and I want to have a good time. And I'm going to be fucked if that ain't going to happen. Try this again. Yeah. But I mean, like the servers being crap and all that stuff, that doesn't faze me too much. 'Cause I mean, I still remember playing back in the day when it was all server browsers and there was nobody playing. Not a soul. Where I would be streaming the game and it was literally me sitting there for you know, 4 to 8 hours, and I'd get 2 to 4 games if I was lucky over that period. Man, I remember those days. But I didn't give a shit. Because Fractured Space is awesome. I still remember the first time I actually got in to play the game. Unfortunately, due to some like scheduling conflicts, I wasn't able to be there for the very, very, very first Tech Alpha test. But I was able to be there for the second. In between the time, though, the folks at headquarters posted on their little beta group saying, "Hey, just letting you guys know, we're gonna leave the servers up, you know, in between testing periods. So if you guys wanna organize your own games and do your own thing, that's cool too." So I ended up logging in and connecting to a server, and it was one lane. There was no jumping yet. It was one lane, and it was 3 forward bases, all in that one lane. And it was it felt like such a small lane too. And then I'm thinking back on it. But I grabbed myself the assassin, what would become the ghost, which was actually like even in its like little teeny tiny undetailed blocky form, looked a hell of a lot like it does now. And that little period of time where I just logged in and was goofing around. It wasn't even doing it. What are we doing with this flamer? Get the cannon. Yeah. We going vanilla. Not with the skin, but with the loadout, we're going vanilla here. But I got in and was just control my shit. Go up and fly around stuff and shoot some rockets. And I was just like, holy shit. Holy shit. Look at all this stuff I can do. Yeah. There we go. See, look, we're getting the game. I was having a fucking grand old time. It was at that moment where I was just like, this is something amazing. This is special.
Avoid combat damage. Route off out.
I'm gonna be playing this for a long ass time.
Jump complete. Navigation out. Taking up defensive positions.
On a Sunday? Right? I know. Sunday's for chilling out. But
Spotted.
not this Sunday. Sorry.
Damage increased.
I regret to report, sir, Adam, that the engines are very...
Get wrecked, Hunter!
Flagship lost. No survivors.
Super Lefty, if you just want to stop, I'd be okay with that.
They've broken through the forward armor. Target is marked. Fire everything. We've exposed them.
Kill confirmed.
Alright, we're getting out of here.
Cancelled them. Mice and so on and so forth.
But yeah.
Ally destroyed.
Even when it was in Tech Alpha, I knew this game was going to be amazeballs. And it still is.
Repairs carried out.
Flaws and all.
Organic crew can now stop worrying.
Like, I know this was always a niche title, but I really do think that it's tragic that it hasn't gotten more attention.
Target that area.
Ooh, a destroyer. No, 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 no.
We've exposed the hull. Take them down. They've destroyed one of ours. Be careful. We have an opportunity. Take it. Repairs complete. A refit is available.
All
Take us
right.
in.
What other stories?
This area belongs to us.
What other stories can I tell?
I have a new target.
I can tell.
Taking up defensive positions.
I can tell
Damage.
a story about... Oh,
Bring them to rear.
the first time I ever streamed this game.
Upgrade. Let's get to a
So, if I'm remembering my information correctly...
Online in 60 seconds.
There we go. Okay.
Well done, everyone. Stay focused.
The game went on early access officially
Navigation. Keep us away from enemy fire.
November
Drive is ready for
14th,
jump.
2014,
A refit is available.
I think.
Take us in.
Somewhere around there. And
Online in 30 seconds.
before then, I had straight up said, hey, I'm a streamer.
Now, let's get back in the action.
Really small time, but
Gamma online in
would it be alright if I, you know, stream the game while we're in testing phase here? And they were like, we're not gonna stop you because you haven't like signed any agreements or anything, but we really appreciate it.
Easy to do.
So it's like, okay, I won't.
enemy spot. Gamma 1 is now available.
Their armor's down. Target that area.
But then once stop it, destroyer, you're supposed to die, not shoot me.
Mission lost.
Once it went on early access, all bets were off. And
Great shot, tactical.
I was streaming it day one.
I've actually specified. I will characterize those dead enemies as being rancid meat sacks.
And I remember
Their holes exposed.
Okay, we've earned a refit.
straight up telling the devs, hey, look, I'm gonna be streaming this. It's gonna be great. I think the game's awesome.
Damage increased.
And then
We have broken through their armor.
on that first day,
Aim at the brick.
Target destroyed. That was too easy.
who jumps into my stream but
Successful. Green lights on all systems.
Mr. James Brooksby, CEO of Educated Games,
Fight.
right? He was still in those very early days. He was around and he was active and you know he was chatting with us. Before he had to start running around all over creation to deal with investors and stuff like that. At least all the time. But
Target is marked. Fire everything.
he was like, man, I get back from a
Armor's down. Target that area.
business trip and come back and first thing I see is you streaming. And I was just like, dude, I told you. Right? I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be streaming. Because y'all making something special.
Girls and boys.
Oh, Trixie. Trixie hunters. He's still dead though.
They know we're here.
So every shot means more. Use them well.
Their course breached. Story.
That made me happy.
And so ends a
trying to think what other stories I have. I'm trying to go somewhat in chronological order.
Repairs complete.
Oh, I actually... Good job, Xerid. You just scythed on nothing. What came after that?
My sensors show our target has been disabled.
Actually, I gotta check something. I gotta check and see when my first trip was.
I have a new target. We broke through their armor.
Because that was awesome.
They've destroyed one of ours.
Heading over to headquarters like that.
Damage increased. Their holes exposed.
Da 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 da.
Have reached the target destroyed.
Nothing devalues victory like an easy kill. We've exposed the hull. Take them down. Great shot, Tactical. A pretty ship, but only a bauble in the hands
Going
of
home,
small
huh?
children.
I mean, it is pretty close to
Children.
Gamma.
Next calling. Repairs carried out. Weak organic.
I guess we'll go back.
Cannot stop worrying. Jump operation completed successfully. Engineering out. We have broken through their armor. Aim at the breach.
Enemy home base secured.
Let's check.
Good work. The station is ours.
Gamma online in 60 seconds. New ship on screen.
Wow, it was only a year later. Holy crap. I didn't realize it was that quick. Yeah. Alright. So,
Enemy detected. Engage.
story about how I first went
Online
to
in 30 seconds.
hang out at ECG.
They've overpowered
So-
one of our capital ships.
We broke through their Gamma online in 20 seconds.
Early on, I don't remember when,
Jump destination.
but earlier on,
Gamma online in 10 seconds.
while hanging out in the stream one day,
Jump complete.
the office manager,
Gamma 2
Optimus manager,
online.
Their armor's down.
said, "Hey, if you're ever in the area, feel free to come by the studio." I was just like, thanks, you know, thinking, you know what, it's just a polite thing to do, right?
Lost all forward defenses.
Right, just a polite invitation.
Kill confirmed.
You know, which I appreciated, but you know, I was not working at the time. I'd never had a job at the time.
That's a significant drop.
Or well, not one long term.
We lost the package. Have reached
And
objective
so
holding
I was just
formation.
like, I'm never gonna go out there. Never ever. Never ever ever.
Pick up those upgrades. Navigator
But
here. Quick reminder, try not to get hit.
early in
Jump drive
2015,
spun up.
over a period of about 2 weeks, I went from working 0 hours a week to about... Hey, Jiraiya. I do. I have them. Oh, shit. I have them. I have them.
Now,
Where is it? Where is it? I do have them. Hold on. Holy shit, Jiraiya. How you been, bud? Let's see, add
I have a new target.
image.
We blew
That's
through their armor.
Hold on. Gotta fight this motherfucker first.
Target is marked. Fire everything.
Really?
Broken through their armor.
Really? You're gonna blink back into me? Alright. Alright.
Force breached. End of story.
I'm doing alright.
Were you even
I mean, obviously a little depressed due to obvious reasons, but hey. It's the business, and, I mean, ECG's still around, and that's what's important.
Capture secured.
All repaired. That should make organics happy.
Where is it?
Jump operation completed successfully. Engineering out.
Damn it, I know I have those around here somewhere.
Information package.
enemy spotted?
Upgrade. Let's get to a station, people.
EMX reporting, Madam Sir.
Further time to kill? I don't know. Quicker than I remember. Oh, I am level 8 with gas 3, so I mean, it's kind of, that's 2 attack upgrades and then the rate of fire upgrade on top of that. So, alright, hold on. Gotta. There they are. Okay. It's in here. Yes. Okay. Now I can show these off. But yeah. I still got it. I still got it. This ain't going nowhere. No way, man. But anyway, to continue the story of the first time I went to ECG. So got what I assumed was a polite invitation, and suddenly then started working a lot of hours. Like I didn't have time to think. I was working so many hours. Oh no! Okay. It wasn't interacting with the thing. Let's open this drop pod. What's in it? Oh, we got something epic. What do we get? Grigori. Yes! Elite XP. Hey, I can almost get another skin. But yeah, see, I don't own all the skins anymore. I was able to buy a lot of them, but I still got a lot to go. And then we've got these 2 ultimates in here. But so I didn't even have time to think. I was working enough hours, and that was, I'm gonna be honest with you, that was killing me. Like it was wake up, have a bath, commute an hour and a half to work from 9 to 6, commute an hour and a half back, go to my other job, do that, come back, take off on, undress, go to bed. And I did that for about 4 months before I was just like, I cannot. I don't have the energy to do this. I'm sorry. But during that time, I was mad. I was mad just because I didn't have any time to like really decompress myself every day. So I was just like, I need something to focus on. I need something to think about, so that I can do that instead of just being mad all the damn time. So I was doing one of my weekly streams, and I poked Optimus Minion, and I said, "Hey, were you serious about that studio invite?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, I'll let you know when I will be in the neighborhood." Fast forward to about 6 months later. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started in May and then left in November. But according to my email here, my trip was arriving on the 14th. Departing on the 13th, arriving on the 14th, because it's a long-ass trip and that's a lot of time difference. So, yeah, last Fractured Space stream. Fractured Space has unfortunately stopped development. I mean, there's like not anybody playing anymore. So, I figured I would do. I hadn't done a final, farewell stream, anything like that. So I figured I would do one more stream and talk about a whole bunch of stories and have a good time. For different reasons. Hold on, X. We're getting there. I'm trying to keep things relatively chronological. But a couple of fun moments when I actually did my initial trip. So one of the things that wasn't so much fun about my initial trip over to the UK was, as I was sitting in the terminal, I'd gone through security and gotten checked in and everything. Well, first off, my flight got delayed by like an hour and a half or something like that. Which, I mean, whatever. It's a delayed flight. I was there. I had plenty of time. Everything was great. However, the whole time while I was there, I was doing my damnedest to ignore the fact that CNN was on all of the TVs and they were reporting on the terror attacks in Paris. Which, to me as an American, I'm so used to hearing about, hey, there's another terror attack, a whole bunch of people got killed by some nut job, that, one, I'm able to talk about it in such light terms. It's like, oh yeah, this happens every day, which it doesn't, and that's a really gross thought to have. But I'm just so desensitized to it. I am. I don't think about it anymore, just because it's such a regular occurrence. But after I landed, I wasn't able to sleep on the plane. That's a 10-hour flight. But I got there and it was 4 in the morning to me. Right? 6-hour time difference, and it was about 8 8:30 in the morning, something like that, 9 in the morning, something like that, local time, which was like 3, 4 in the morning to me. So I was destroyed tired. And it was my first time traveling internationally. So I wasn't used to having any kind of questions asked of me. So when I got to, I guess it was customs, immigration? I don't know. But the lady there was asking me a whole lot of questions, right? And I was so super sleep deprived, and I wasn't giving very good answers because I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. I don't really know. You must also keep in mind that at the time I had the full mountain man beard going on and long hair, and because of the route I was driving to and from work every day, about the first third of my journey on the way to work and the last third of my journey on the way back home from work, I was driving while looking directly at the sun. So I had a very, very nice tan all on my face and all on my arms. So I was held for a little while. Because, I mean, you gotta be vigilant in that case. Some shit had happened, and I was not being super chill. Or, well, I was really chill for me, just because I was exhausted, but I wasn't giving good answers. Luckily, and there's several different layers of luck here. Okay. So, first time going over, for whatever reason, even though we had contacted AT&T, I think we're gonna have to close this down. We contacted my service provider and let them know, hey, I'm gonna be traveling, make sure my phone works. My phone didn't work. So I wasn't able to like get online and like message anybody or anything like that. Which sucked. But the super duper ultra layer of luck was that, thankfully, Optimus Minion, just to make sure everything went nice and smoothly, because she is an absolutely wonderful human being. She, of course, because she knew like this was an entirely new experience for me, and stuff could go wrong. She had given me her contact information in case, I'm an American, I don't know how to train, help, that kind of shit. But like all of my emails weren't loading except for the ones that were already in the memory of my phone. And luckily for me, the email that had her info was one of the emails that was in my phone's memory. So I was able to load it up and be like, okay, look, I know I'm not giving good answers right now. Here's the phone number for this person. Call them. They will let you know that everything is okay. Right? Because, they're asking... okay, cool. They were asking, hey, do you have friends over here? Do you have sufficient funds? All that stuff. Thinking, hey, maybe this guy's a tourist and he's just gonna come over and be a bum and, like leech off our welfare system, that sort of shit. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever. So, I got saved from immigration because of that. Further going on with the first trip stories, I was somehow able to figure out how to get, thanks to the very nice people working the train systems and all that, I was able to get to my hotel. I was able to get there But as I got there, it was about 11 a.m., noonish. But if you don't stay in hotels very often, often check-in time is 3 p.m. Because, for a couple different reasons, the main one being checkout time is normally noon. That's when they're like, hey, you need to get out or give us more money. And then there's that period of time where there's nobody's supposed to be in the room so that housekeeping can come in and do their thing. So I showed up really early. And it's like, hey, I got a room here. I'd like to go sleep because I am destroyed, tired. And they're like, sorry, we don't have any rooms to give you right now. But if you want to come back later, you know, we can help you out. And I'm just tired. It's like, can I just sit on your chair right here? I'm just gonna pass out. I won't cause any trouble. And they're like, yeah, because I mean, I looked like a hot mess. I looked horrific. Okay, so like after some hours of going, they were just like, hey, your room's ready. So I went to the room and just went, like no clothes off, no nothing, just dead, right there. Wasn't worried about nothing. This was on a Saturday that I had arrived, so nobody was gonna be in until the day after. Yeah, Monday. You're 2 days later, so I had Sunday to just kind of exist, and so I whiled that time away by taking advantage of the hotel Wi-Fi and watching fucking YouTube videos and British Netflix. Because why the hell not, right? Because I wasn't traveling anywhere, man. I wasn't getting lost. Fuck that. I subsisted off of the snack machine and Netflix. That was my Sunday, and I was totally fine with that. But then Monday, it's like, okay, it's time to go to the studio. I gotta find them and figure out where everybody is. I kind of know roughly where they are. It'll take me a while, whatever. So, sounds really horrible? No! Like, I love snack food, man. Snack food's amazing. And, I mean, there was plenty of like, chips and stuff for me to sample. Like, over here, we don't have cheese and onion. We do not have cheese and onion chips over here. So, it was interesting to me. Kind of snack food, like chips and some crackers and some cookies. And they had a drink machine there as well, but it was generally all right. Anyway, so Monday comes, wake myself up, put my leather jacket on. I'm all ready to go meet a whole bunch of people that I had only met online before, and was kind of freaking out a little bit. Because, I mean, this is some brand new territory for me. Are we still canceling matchmaking? Yeah, we'll reset the game later. I'm still telling stories. But as I'm leaving the hotel, I walk about 200-300 feet, and all of a sudden, I hear a honk from behind me. Some cars honking at me. It's like, all right, am I like? I'm kind of wearing a leather jacket, so there's none of this mistaking me for a girl from behind shit going on. So I turn around, and I see this little tiny black car, and who's in that black car but motherfucking protagonist? Like, hey man, how you doing? Come on, jump in. I'll take you to the studio. And I was just like, sure, why not? Let us get in this car with this guy I've talked to but never met. And that was my first initial very surreal experience, because there's a it's very weird whenever you meet somebody that you've talked to online before, because your brain is doing two things. Your brain is going, I recognize this face, I recognize this voice, I know who this person is, but at the same time going, I have never been in the same physical space as this individual. What the hell's going on? This is brand new. Oh dear God, what's happening? So both of these thoughts are fighting it out in my brain while we're heading to the studio, and we're just kind of chatting. It's like, how's your stay been so far? Oh, it's nice, you know. The whole time I was there, right? The whole time I was there, part of my brain was expecting like David Attenborough or Jeremy Clarkson to suddenly come on in the voiceover saying some thing, and then we transition to the next scene and I'm back home in my computer chair, right? I think Protag is one of those people that can talk you into going into a dark alleyway and you'd be fine with it. Yeah. He's got the way I've come to think about charisma, right, is it is your presence, the force that your presence exerts on people. And some people, when they walk in a room, you just kind of go, all right, clearly I need to be focused on this individual right now. Some people, you know, you meet them and it's just, I am going to laugh at everything this person says because they are amazing and I think they are hilarious, and that is what it's going to be. For protagonist, at least to me, it was a little bit of, okay, I need to focus on this person now, and a bit of, this guy is probably going to say something really important. I need to shut the fuck up and figure out what that is. That dude is amazing, right? I sincerely wish, okay, little bit of more tangent here, I should say. But when I first started streaming Fractured Space, I was just streaming it because, you know, I thought the game was absolutely fucking amazeballs. You know, what a concept, right? And that was it. That was the end, the beginning and end of it. I was having fun playing this game. I must share this game with the world. That's how it started out. But hearing whisperings from other people and interacting with the guys, the little bug snuck in the back of my mind. Hey, you should go work there. You should pick up and move a quarter of the way around the globe. And you should work on internet spaceships. Right? That's what you need to do. This is what needs to happen. And so, like, at the time that at my initial visit, that those thoughts really hadn't entered my brain. But yeah, I totally forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, I think it would have been cool to work at ECG, even though it, in reality, not even remotely feasible. Anyway, all the way back onto topic, or rather, back one step on topic. I actually wish Protagonist had stuck around longer. Just cause. Alright, X. See you later. Enjoy your climbing. I know, man, there's a rock climbing gym getting built in my neck of the woods, and it's not going to be ready until next year, but I really am going to be excited once it is done, because I want to start doing that at least once a week. Anyway, I wish I had gotten to hang around Protagonist more, because he seems like somebody that not only could I learn a lot from, but somebody that I could learn a lot from that the stuff I would be learning would help me in so many aspects of my life, right? He just kind of has the whether he was putting on airs or not, he kind of had the whole wise man thing going on a bit, where he just kind of knew a whole bunch of shit. Like, was able to parse a whole lot of information into, like, actual thoughts, like, coherent thoughts that for me as an individual, a lot of stuff, like, I work off of intuition and emotion. I am, that's who I am. I am not somebody who is particularly smart. Like, I can regurgitate stuff once it's explained to me well enough, but, like, most of the time, if I'm trying to explain something, it's me explaining it on an emotional level, right? Which makes me angry, because a whole lot of people go, hey man, you seem really smart in this, then, and I just gotta go, no, I am not smart. Stop thinking that I am smart, okay? Just I am a dumb person that has somehow convinced you otherwise. Just shut up. Stop it. Anyway, yeah, I really wish I had gotten to work around Protagonist a whole lot more. Anyway, back to the story. So he's there as I'm leaving the thing, the hotel. Honks at me, hey, get in the car, drive up to the studio, and I'm looking at the decoration on the building. And for any of you that haven't been there before, the trim on the building is white and purple. I didn't know this when I was initially walking in. So as we're walking up towards the studio, I see this section of the building has some white panels with some purple trim. And I'm going, and I just kind of said really casually, who the hell paints a building purple? As I'm walking next to Protagonist, he goes, well, you know, whatever. That's just, I don't remember what he said. It was to the effect of, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. And then we walk in, and then I realize, oh, that's ECG. I just made a comment about, ooh, I didn't, okay, oops. I didn't realize there was purple on the outside of the building. And it's a really terrible shade of purple, too. It is a horrendous shade of purple. It's like fake grape purple. Okay? That's what it is. Holy shit, is that absolutely just... I felt bad at the time. Now I don't feel bad saying about it. Whoever painted that building white and purple should not have done that. Like, I'm sure it could have looked a hell of a lot worse. And I'm sure it did before it was painted that. But they could have picked any other color than purple. And it probably would have been better. But it was purple. Ugh. Anyway. Is he okay? Strike Vector? No, not Strike Vector. No, not Strike Vector. Strike Vector's a different game. What is it? It was Strike Suit. Strike Suit Zero. Yeah. They look very similar, and they have very similar kind of premises, I guess. You're a transforming mech fighter thing. But yeah. Anyway. So we get there, meet everybody, having a good time. One of the things that struck me about actually walking in and existing in ECG the first time, okay? I am an extremely anxious person by nature. Like, ridiculously anxious person. Like, some of the, several of the past few jobs that I've had that I've ended up quitting have been because I ended up, because of one reason or another, having anxiety attacks that lasted several days with relation to that job, and that's not fun. That's not fun. It's not fun going for like 3 days in a row. Fuck that. And so one of the ways that kind of manifests itself like on a really low level is I am nervous in new places all the time. All the time, forever and always. So generally if I go over to like a friend's house or something like that I haven't been over to very often, I'm very just kind of sit in one place and don't do anything, don't touch anything, because I don't know what is cool and what isn't cool. Don't fuck up. But I walked into ECG and everything was cool. It was very homey, you know. But I walked in and that level of anxiety wasn't there. Maybe it was just completely covered over by the fact that, holy shit, I'm doing something that I didn't even know I wanted to do a year ago, that I had never, like, dreamed of. Like I had thought if I was ever going to go visit a studio, it was going to be like a 10-minute tour of, like, Blizzard or Riot or, you know, someplace like that. You know, the whole, this is I'm taken around by a tour guide, and this is where we, you know, have our QA team locked up. As you can see, we do feed them at least once a day, sometimes twice if they catch, you know, extra bugs, that sort of shit, right? But I was just there and kind of given free rein to not exactly bother people, but go around and listen and be a person. You know, which was really fucking awesome, right? It was really fucking amazing. I enjoyed my time there, right? I spent a large amount of my time there. Like, they hooked me up with a computer, and, like, I went and hung out on the fucking forums while sitting in headquarters instead of bugging people, because I didn't want to bother anyone, right? That's another thing that's partially due to how I was raised, partially to do with just my general anxiety. Is just I don't like to bother people, right? If I don't approach somebody, if I don't talk to somebody, right? It's not necessarily because I don't want to. It's not necessarily because I don't like that person or anything like that. It's just I don't want to bother people. Because I hate it when I'm bothered. And you know, everybody's, you know, just bothering people's bad. Don't do it. Slap. That kind of shit. So I fucking hung out on the forums while I was there. But I got to interact with a whole bunch of super awesome people I was there. Hey guys. Sorry I'm not saying hi individually, but this is I'm making words here. But I got to meet, of course, immediately I got to meet Protagonist. I got to hang out with. I got to sit there for 5 minutes and watch Hans while he was modeling the turrets for Xerid ships. That dude is a fucking wizard. Okay? That dude is an absolute beast when it comes to modeling. He was just like, yeah, it's kind of just iterating on some ideas I was having, just kind of like, if you've ever seen if you've ever seen a video of like a professional StarCraft player's hands while they're playing a StarCraft, but they're like 5,000 APM where it's just like a freaking blur going all around. That's kind of what it was like watching Hans do his thing live. It was just holy balls. But I got to watch him work. I didn't really hang it out with the programmers any, just because I didn't want to bother them. They were doing much more hardcore stuff than I ever remember. So, like, again, just trying not to bother people. I did like sit over the shoulder of everybody in the art department for a little while though. Ginger Gladiator, amazing human being. Okay, let me tell you a story about Ginger Gladiator. Let me tell you a story about Ginger Gladiator, okay? Like, of course, since I was a community guest and blah 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 and this, that, and the other, of course, Protagonist, I'm sure, told everybody, look, just be really nice to this dude. Just treat him not like royalty, but you need to be really nice to this person. Okay? Which I appreciated, but at the same time didn't want, because that's not me being treated like a person. Right? I know part of the job of being a dev is to fucking be nice to the community, because even when they're being fucking shit gibbons, you can't call them shit gibbons, okay? I did kind of, and still do kind of, prefer it if I'm saying some shit, I would have preferred it if somebody had kind of leaned over and been like, hey dude, I know you're well meaning and I know you're passionate and everything, but you're kind of being a shit right now. Could you tone it back a notch? Right? That is kind of something I wanted. So I was standing next to Ginger Gladiator and one of the effects artists. I'm afraid I don't remember who it was. While they were working on the explosion effect for the Pioneer's gravity nuke. Because it didn't have the gravity nuke at the time. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's right. The Pioneer didn't have the gravity nuke at the time. It had that stupid little laser that increased the damage of its main weapon. And you had to hold the beam on the target because it was hit scan, but the main weapon was still fucking projectiles. So you had to either choose to hit your shots or get the bonus damage. It was so fucking... Oh my god. Anyway, anyway, so they were working on, or he was working on the explosion for the Pioneer's grav nuke. And he was showing off, yeah, it's still doing this. So, like, he was showing off the explosion, having it play, but then he would go behind an asteroid. Part of it would still play. And so, me, being a cheeky shit, said, we could just explain that away with, like, gravitational lensing or something like that. It's a gravity nuke anyway. It'll be fine. And, Ginger Gladiator goes, you know what, we should just let this guy, deliver all the information like that. Just, like, I had said something stupid, right? It was purposefully stupid. But it was stupid. And this motherfucker made fun of me. And I liked that. Because at that point, I am a community guest. It is, I am another human being existing in this space. And I appreciated that a lot. Just because, when you're hanging around friends, you guys are generally nice, but every once in a while, hey, you have a stupid face. How do you live life like that, right? Because they're your friends. So that was like, pretty sure that was the first time anybody on the team made fun of me. And I appreciated that a lot. Just because it was this little tiny thing. Just, But, I mean, that helped make the trip for me. Because I didn't want to be some important motherfucker. I just wanted to be Xerid. Right? I'm already a streamer, so I'm like 95% ego. Right? So, like, existing as another human being in the area, in this space where I had no business being, was very nice. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's see. What else? What other kind of stories can I tell? It's been long enough, so I think I can tell this story. Everything's already transpired, so I guess I can tell this story. So, some of you may remember that way back, I used to do we called it a podcast, but it was really just some horrible talk show. Called The Duckworks. Because why the hell not? It's a fun talk show. It was a fun talk show. I enjoyed it a lot, but god damn it if it wasn't terrible. That was my fault. Because I was just like, we don't need production value. Fuck that. But I still enjoyed it. I hope everybody that was on it enjoyed it. But, in doing this, I ended up involved with a whole bunch of people, right? Including Dry Nemo, who's in the chat right now, Fox, who has not played the game in ages, but I believe we had Seraphine on there and a whole bunch of other folks. But one of the people it put me in contact with was Dasein. Dasein was here, who, if you guys don't know him, he is the guy who founded the HE3 organization, which eventually broke off into a whole bunch of different branches because of some decisions that Protagonist made. But anyway, while I was chatting with him one time, before heading off on this trip, he makes the comment, man, those guys love you, they like you, they're probably gonna like make you a crew member or something. And I was just like, No, no, I'm just some motherfucker. That doesn't make any sense. They wouldn't do that, right? So, flash forward several months. I'm on my trip, sitting there on the last day. So the day before I head out to my trip, I'm just sitting there hanging out. I'm hanging out with, oh god, Too Many Blows to the Head, and pretty sure his real name's Dylan, but I can't remember his tag. God, do I still have him as a friend on here? Hold on. Toonzilla! That was his name. Toonzilla. Right? So I'm hanging out with Too Many Blows to the Head and Toonzilla. And just kind of, you know, chatting about just absolutely fucking nothing. And, fucking, you know, making jokes about how people are how people can be shit in online games, you know, talking mad trash and this, that, and the other. And I made the offhand comment. It's like, yeah, I was talking to Dasein, and, you know, he was like, oh yeah, they're gonna make you a crew member, and I was just like, no, ha 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 ha, right? That's hilarious. And I didn't read it at the time, but Toonzilla kind of did this, and turns to Too Many Blows, and and I'm sure there was some sort of exchange there, right? And so about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I'm getting ready to leave, saying my goodbyes to everyone. And so several people are standing there, and protagonist walks up, and he's like, Xerid, would you like to be a crew member on Fractured Space? And I was just like, is that really a wise use of development time and resources? I mean, yes, but is that a good idea? And then, of course, I was given there's no timeline for this, and, you know, no guarantees, and this, that, and the other. Yeah, at that point in time, my thought was, this is just a nice gesture. There's no way this is possibly going to happen. There's no reason for it to happen. It wouldn't make any sense. I'm just some schmo on the internet. Yeah. Let's see how that turned out. It's happened once, now I've got a taste for it. Need to figure out how to get myself into more games. Getting grief from people who accuse me of pandering to ECG. Yeah! Yeah! See, that's another thing, right? Okay, so when we were doing Duckworks and we would have ECG members on, since it was my show, clearly, you know, I played the part. I was the kiss ass. It was my job to go, everything's awesome. I love everything that you're doing. Oh my god, this and this is great. I'm kind of on, but whatever. You guys know what you're doing. Mwah. Right. That was what I was doing. I was playing that character. I was letting everybody else play hardball. I tried not to do too much. I missed that show. You really kiss that? Well, that's the way I was thinking about it in my head. Is that I was supposed to be, I was trying to be popular, or not popular, but positive. That's right. I mean, it's an FS apologist. Yeah! Yeah. That's a lot. I've honestly spent a lot of time thinking about that, right? Thinking about the stuff in that way. It's like, that's what I was doing, right? Shill for the things you love. And I did. And I'm not ashamed of it in any way, shape, or form. Because you know what? God damn it, this game's amazing. I don't care what anybody else thinks. If you disagree with me, you can go fuck all of the ducks. Okay? Yeah. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I just noticed how different the images or all the processing is. Anyway. Xerid switching to Dreadnought confirmed? Fuck no! No way. No way. Not a chance. Dreadnought is a fine game made by fine people. Not my cup of tea. So Fortnite? Also fuck no. I played like 3 or 4 games of Fortnite trying to get it. I don't get it. It doesn't really appeal to me. So you actually installed it? I wanted to see what all the kids were banging on about. I mean, it's making stupid amounts of money, so I was curious. Anyway, what other stories can I tell? I'm going to tell you one about KP. On my first trip there. One that I legitimately feel bad about. Okay? Right? So, this is late one night after everybody's going home, and protagonist suggests that KP take me out for a drink. So it's like, shit, alright. He's like, shit, alright. You know, company's paying for it. Hell yeah! Drinks. So, it was late at night. I had no fucking clue how trains worked. We had set up, we were going through our drinks, and I was just like, you aren't gonna miss your train, are you? And of course, he was just like, no. So we ended up going and having one drink, which I didn't know at the time. Alright, Axe, I will not tell them about that thing that we did. Maybe. Anyway, I didn't know at the time that over in the UK, going out for a drink means going out and drinking. Over here, when you go out for a drink, you go out for a drink. You hang out for 15 or 30 minutes, you have a drink, you head off. Right? So I felt super uncomfortable ever since I realized that, because I legitimately think KP is a cool person. Right? Right? I would go so far. I do not call very many people friend. I am super, super conservative when it comes to using that word for people. Just because, you know, growing up, I was the awkward, weird kid. I'm still fucking weird now. And so just the number of people that I would actively consider friends is extremely small. Just because I got a lot of shit to unpack when dealing with people, right? But I legitimately think KP is a really awesome individual. And, you know, I feel bad that I, at the time, didn't realize what was going on and didn't take the time to hang out with him more, because he's a cool dude. I mean, like, I'm not completely ruling out ever going back over there again, but I mean, it would be a little bit more awkward now that Fractured Space is kind of done, and KP's moved on to hanging hanging out with me isn't a convenient excuse to get out of the office. But I really like KP a lot. He's a good person. It's very sad when he ended up leaving. Similar with Protagonist. More because like I was saying earlier, I'm pretty sure I could learn a lot from him just as a human being. Not necessarily from a community manager standpoint, although I would be fascinated to learn about that as well. Steggs is also a cool guy. I don't think we would make great friends other than like that friend of a friend who, you know, you hang out with every once in a while when they come to whatever y'all are doing. You have a great time and everything, but like outside of that, no contact. I think that would be closer to what the kind of friends I would be with Steggs. Not because I don't like him. I just think we're very different people. Who else can I talk about? What do you guys want to know? Right? I have it in the title. It's ask me almost anything, right? So I've gone on and we've reached the end of Trip 1, which is November 2015. Don't have a whole lot in the way of stories after that, but what do you guys want to know? Are there stories that I've missed that you want to hear? Actually, I know there is one that I haven't told yet, but has been retold many times. Many times, and I'm going to do that one first while you guys fill up chat. So the Duckworks. That name comes from two things. One, it comes from the Skunk Works, which is Lockheed Martin's like super secret, crazy UFO division, right? Where they do their crazy stuff. It also comes from, I'm pretty sure, one of, if not the first, like, truly fractured space-centered memes. Which I will now recount to you the story of. So, my first ship that I really fell in love with actually was not the Reaper. It was the Enforcer. It came out first, right? It was OP as balls back in the day. But then I heard about a bug on this new ship that had just come out where its Mouse 2 abilities were just doing stupid, crazy amounts of damage, right? Like, way more damage than it was supposed to be. So, what did I do? I wanted to meme on people. So I started playing the Reaper, because Scythe Beam was living up to its name and just murdering the fuck out of people. So every time, and I didn't even notice I was doing this. I had no clue I was doing this. It's just a thing that I did, and people caught on to it. So every time I would like truck up to somebody, the bug, by the way, to actually explain the bug. Right now, and you know, since it got fixed, the way the Scythe Beam works is it actually has an inverse damage curve. The closer you are, the less damage each individual chunk of the beam does. But the farther away you are, the more damage it does. As you've all seen from the occasional Scythe Beam snipe when somebody's jumping, right? Because you can doink somebody for, you know, 2.5k later on in the game at 20k range. If somebody's jumping, all of a sudden that's, you know, 8 or 10k, you can murder some folks. Anyway, I would truck up to somebody and hit my scythe beam and just, murder the fuck out of them and go, scythe! You know, because it was similar to sound the beam made, and I was having a grand old time, and fuck all that. But one of the devs heard me doing this. And so he made a little thing, which I showed off earlier. Scythe duck. Because that's Psyduck, right? And I was saying the way I was saying scythe mimicked the way that Psyduck sounds in the English dub of Pokemon, which was absolutely hilarious. So the guy that actually made this is Willis, who is an absolutely awesome individual. Really cool, just chill dude. He's one of those people that is surprisingly smart, not because it is surprising that he is smart. He just kind of carries himself in such a chill, relaxed, whatever dude kind of way, where, you know, the only option when he's around is just chill the fuck out, and if you don't like that, you need to go someplace else. But he's also ridiculously smart, and a really cool guy. But he ended up making this. He also ended up making another version of this. Hold on. Here, let me blow this one up so it could be about equal size to this other one. Titan Pro Edition, because the Titan Pro skins had just recently come out. So, yeah. Yeah. That's where the Scythe Duck meme comes from. That's where Duckworks got the duck part. And that is originally how I started playing the Reaper. But what amazed me, and what really got me, and what made me switch over to the Reaper as my favorite ship, was after the bug got fixed and the Scythe was actually functioning correctly, I was still having fun playing the ship. Right? I went from dunking on nerds with a bug to, okay, we're just going to wreck your shit and everything's going to be functioning correctly. Which was insane to me. So that is where I really fell in love with the Reaper. Is because of that stupid Scythe bug and the fact that I still enjoyed playing the ship even after it was done. Or even after that particular bug was fixed. That's where that comes from. So, searching the thing. How much did I spend on the game? If we're talking about stuff that's just in game, like the packs on Steam and skins and stuff like that, I have spent $880. Very close to $1,000, and part of me is very sad that I wasn't able to quite reach $1,000. But whatever. If we're counting all of the money that I spent on plane tickets to go hang out at ECG twice, and all of the currency that I converted to go spend over there on food and stuff, and all the in-game stuff, I'm pretty sure I'm close to, if not just barely eking over $7,000. So, I'm in for quite a bit on Fractured Space and Fractured Space related stuff. And if you're going to ask me if I ever will feel bad about spending all that money, fuck no. Fuck no. I went on adventures. I got to meet people. I got to hang out with friends that I honestly thought I would never meet. So, you know, I got to have a whole bunch of amazing experiences because of Fractured Space. Straight up. Straight up. Because of being here and interacting with you guys and interacting with the devs and experiencing all the crazy shit that I've experienced over the years, I think I'm a better person. I know I'm definitely kind of in a better space as a human being because of all the stuff surrounding Fractured Space. But I do think, I legitimately think I am a better person for being here. Because I got to really get to know a whole bunch of devs. I got to get to know and interact with a whole bunch of amazing people, you guys, and cast a whole bunch of tournaments, and just do stuff that I never thought I would do. That hadn't even occurred to me to do. And that's pretty fucking amazing. Did they ever release the tags or whatever they decided on for meeting the devs? Yes. Yes. So if I go over to... I gotta click my profile. Personalization. We've got all of these badges here. So, ship masteries. I don't have all of them. And then all of these. I don't have all of them. And then others. So all of the like extra shit. But I do have the Meet the Devs badge. It's my pride and joy. It is the only badge that I have ever worn on my profile as soon as it was actually out. For all the tournaments and stuff out there, yes, they've had that too. But yeah, they did end up coming through on that. They did. I don't know. What else can I say? What other questions do y'all have? Do any of y'all even have questions? Or can I just, like, try and figure out what the next story is? And I mean, I do mean it. You guys can ask almost anything. I mean, I'm gonna try and keep it all positive, right? So if you want to ask me, like, shit like that, or negative stuff, no. But could go back to War Thunder. Yeah, I could also, I could take a long walk off a short pier and hug an octopus too, but you don't see me doing it. Shame. Yeah, it's a shame that this game didn't get more popular, period, because it really is a whole lot of fun. It really is a whole lot of fun. Is it perfect? No. But you show me a perfect game, and I will show you a game that has that is yet to enter development. But you know, it's the nature of the business, right? Sometimes projects don't make. Doesn't matter how amazing they are. Just, you know, it just doesn't work out for whatever reason. And that's sad and frustrating, but at the end of the day, you know, I am happier that all of this has happened than I am sad that it's over. And that's just what it boils down to. All of the ups and downs are so worth it, even though unfortunately this game didn't end up getting anywhere near as big as it deserved to. Because really, this Fractured Space and the Fractured Space universe, I think if it had come out at the right time, when that right time is, I obviously have no idea. If it had been at the right time, I seriously do think this would have blown up and just done absolutely bonkers success-wise. But I mean, if it didn't come out when it did, shit, I probably wouldn't have been here, right? Or at least if I had been here, it would have been in an entirely different capacity. I still have. Okay, so we're going way back in the timeline now. We're going back to before Tech Alpha. So this is September, October of 2014. An individual who I'm sure you're all aware of, who goes by the YouTube handle of The Mighty Jingles, in one of his Mingles with Jingles videos, mentioned that he had been invited to a studio to see a game that was described to him as World of Tanks in space. Which, at the time, I was way into World of Tanks, and that sounded absolutely fucking amazeballs to me. So I was all on board, right? I was 100% on board. And, you know, it was you know, here's the contact info, and here's your thing to sign up, and all this, that, and the other. Started following them on Twitter, or following the correct Twitter account, and all that stuff. Watching my email like a hawk to see when that beta invite would come through, or that alpha invite would come through. But one day, can I hold on? Give me a second. Let's see if I can actually look it up. Let's see, 2014? Let's see. Trying to see if I can actually find the tweet. Alright, Jiraiya, thanks for stopping by and hanging out, man. I hope you had a good time. It's good seeing you, knowing that you're still kicking. Let's see. Yeah. It's good. I could probably find it, but it would just take a crazy amount of time. Anyway, so I was watching Twitter and saw that the tweet had gone out saying, "Thank you all for applying to our alpha." all of our invites have gone out for this first wave. Thank you all for applying, or for this wave of testing. Thank you all for applying. So, me being me, I decided to be cute, right? Because I am the cutest. So I tweeted back, oh, my account must have got, or my invite must have gotten lost in the mail. Teehee. Right? Just a stupid throwaway comment that I didn't think anything of. However, later that day, or the next day, or something like that, I got an email from the then community manager, Jammin, saying, "Hey, I saw your tweet. We don't normally do, or we're looking for people with this kind of processor. You don't have it, but since you seem enthusiastic, we'll let you in." And I was just like, "Okay, yeah, thanks." Am I doing a giveaway? No! What the hell do I have to give away? I mean, I do have some, other games I suppose I could give away, but they have nothing to do with Fractured Space. That's not what this stream is about. Yeah, goober. Anyway. So that's how I got into the Tech Alpha. Even though my system wasn't up to specs. It still ran great. They were looking for systems with i7s in them, minimum, and I had an i5. This is my old computer, which was decrepit compared to what I have today. Anyway, that's originally how I got into Fractured Space. And I feel bad that I never got to meet Jammin, never got to thank him. I owe him at least a beer. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's working on a game now. Maybe I'll just buy a copy of that game. An i5? No, I'm not dissing an i5. i5, current i5s are fine, but this is a several years old i5 by the time 2014 rolled around. So, I was not in possession of a very strong computer. I think I still had a GTX 4 something. 400 something. 400 series. So, yeah, I was not running a top-of-the-line system. It was passively cooled. There was no fan. It was passively cooled. That is how low spec my GPU was. Actually, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it was not impressive. But yeah, that's how I got in. I had a lot of fun poking around and learning stuff and writing feedback and getting to actually interact with developers, not on a one-on-one basis, but passively cooled, as in it didn't have a fan on the unit itself, just a heatsink, and it was using the airflow from the case to cool it. trying to think what other stories can I tell. The one that's jumping to mind is a story about me being a huge, humongous asshole. And I'm going to tell it because I should rightly be called an asshole. I want you guys to tell me that I'm a stupid butt face. Not long after I had received the crew art for myself, like right before it was about to go in, I got the final version because I had requested some things, and I told Ginger Gladiator that he missed something. The patch on the flight suit for me is Xerid, not TDS. And I said, you missed that. It ended up going in anyway, which I'm fine with. But I was riding some sort of stupid train that was just like, yeah, say something about this. Say something about this awesome favor that's being done for you right now. About this cool thing, right? Be a picky shit. And I said something. And, like, at the time, I didn't... It's just words were coming out of my face, and I wasn't thinking. But now I feel like a truly horrible human being, because it's great as it is. It's fantastic as it is. Why would I say anything? Why would that thought even occur to me? Just that is probably my greatest shame. That is probably my greatest shame, that I dared to try and correct something that was not only a gift, but a stupidly amazing one. That is my biggest shame moment when it comes to Fractured Space. That is one of my bigger shame moments when it comes to me being a human being. And I am a pile of garbage for having said anything. There you go. Thank you, Gates. Thank you for letting me know that I am correct in my assessments. Of all the times. Okay, maybe not of all the times ever since I've existed, but in the last 5 years of my life. That is the one time where I wish I could reach back in time and just slap the fuck out of myself. They got my name wrong. No! Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This right here. That little tiny detail. That's it. I was like, oh, that's not TDS. Like, what's it fucking matter? Holy shit, Xerid. Are you dumb? Like, I know you dropped yourself on your head as a child, but holy shit, dude. Be gracious and happy. Good lord. That's why Fractured Space is dead. Because I said something. Because I said something. That is why Fractured Space is shut down. Because I said something. When I should have kept my dumbass mouth shut. Fuck me and everything I stand for. Ugh. Ugh. Terrible. Terrible people. That's what I am. I am terrible people. That is one of the few times in my life I will straight up admit, yeah, I deserve a punch in the dick for that. I do. It's pretty shady. I know. I know. And goddamn it, I've been intending to say sorry for that for so long. And I can't. Because I'm goddamn terrified. Because it was just an assy thing for me to do. You know, I just do not appear to have the ability to do so. Because I'm a fucking coward. Can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Ugh! Heh, whatever? No. Not whatever. Not whatever. No one died. No. But it's still nice to be able to have an amount of self-respect. I don't know. I don't know. Clearly it is more... It's just more ammo for my mind to feed on whenever I get on that roll of making sure that I never forget that I'm a garbage person. Because, god damn it, it's right. Alright, Crisis, see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a good time. I am an entire bag of dicks. Anyway. What's the next story? What is the next story I can tell? What is the next story? It's not much of a story, just a thing that happened. But I learned like how much more actual drinking goes on over in the UK than goes on here. Because the second time I went over, instead of staying for like 4 days, I stayed for 10, which was great. But went out drinking with the guys a couple of different times, including Axagor's, which that's another that's a self-contained story right there. So we'll move on to that one next. So went out drinking with the guys several times over the course of a couple days, right? Because I got to first time I went over there, I went to a bar with Errorist and met one of his game dev friends. Who Errorist is a fucking cool guy. I like him a lot. I would have liked to have gone drinking with him a third time, but he's now in Singapore working for Namco Bandai. And I mean, I'm not opposed to ever visiting Singapore, but I don't imagine that that's a trip that will actually happen, just because part of me feels weird about just going to visit somebody. I want to have more than one excuse. I don't have anything else I'd like to go see over there, so it would feel a little bit weird to just kind of hang around and go, hey, what you doing, for several days, right? Good Lord. Why am I so itchy? This is what I get for living in Texas. Like, every day, allergies all the time. Allergies everywhere. I probably don't even know what I actually sound like because I have allergies all the fucking time. Anyway, anyway, the second time I was over there, went drinking with Ginger Gladiator and Axagoras and KP, and then the next night I went drinking with fucking Errorist, and had a whole lot of fun. But I was very hungover the next day after that second night of drinking, because I got pleasantly toasted both times, and I am a lightweight. It's... Yeah. It's good because it means I'm a cheap date, but at the same time, oh boy. So I spent one of my vacation days over there being very, very hungover. That was not a whole lot of fun. I just laid around all day and tried to sleep and drank as much water as I could fit in my face. It was fine the next day, but anyway, so ultra weirdness. Axagoras has been so far, outside of the folks that work at ECG, has been the only person that I have met initially online, but also in person. And it was very odd. Like, the whole way we actually, like, even started being friends. So, like, early on in Fractured Space's lifetime, or was this kind of later on? I don't know. But at some point in time, I was complaining because I didn't have a job, and I knew my resume was trash, and this, that, and the other. And he was like, I mean, I work in a pretty professional place, and I've had to review a number. You want to send over your resume, and review it? Sure! Here, have it. I should have slowed down a little bit because I was a complete moron and didn't remove a whole lot of personal information on there, which I should have for my own personal safety. So I know you're not here right now, X, and you're probably gonna be watching this later, but I appreciate that your breaches of using that information have been sensible, even though at the same time they've made me feel incredibly uncomfortable. Cause growing up in the generation that I did, right? I turned 13 in 2000, so born late 80s. So kind of a mid-area millennial, I guess, is what I would be. Mid to late. Anyway, it was all, don't talk to strangers on the internet, don't give out your personal information, don't do this, don't do that, because there are evil people out there, and they'll do stuff with your information. Which, I mean, slight tangent. Apparently, one of the reasons I grew up with my parents going, don't talk to strangers and shit like that, was because apparently there was a family member who would send creepy messages to my mom. Like, the kids seem to be doing well. It's nice to see them, that they're doing really well. Then they were afraid that they would come and take us kids. So that was fun growing up under that particular umbrella. So yeah, that was. I'm gonna call it like it is. That was a when I sent all that personal information, I'm gonna call it a mistake, simply because that wasn't something that I should have done. But I ended up lucking out in that Axelgoris is actually a pretty fucking awesome dude. I've been able to chat with him about quite a bit of things, and that's been helpful to me as a human being. Going back to being conservative with the use of the word, I would easily call Exegor a friend, because he's just an awesome dude. But where the surreal factor comes in, right? Again, like I was talking about with Protagonist, right? There's two parts of your brain when you meet somebody for the quote-unquote first time, right? It's, I recognize this voice, I know the mannerisms, I perhaps even seen them because of streams or whatever. I know this person, but at the same time, there's that other hook in your brain going, we have never existed in the same person, in the same place before. What the hell is going on? Who is this individual? Right? And so when the first time I went to headquarters, I was not going as Xerid. I was going as me, the person who plays the character of Xerid. Xerid's actually pretty close to who I am. There's not a whole hell of a lot of difference. Shit, even personal friends like call me Xerid just because they do. Like people I know in real life. There's my landlord / roommate switches between calling me Xerid and my actual name and several nicknames that I've gained throughout the years. Just, because I'll respond to all of them, whatever. But it was very surreal to me because the second time I went, I actually was kind of going as Xerid. And so I put out there, hey, yeah, I'm going to be in headquarters, or at headquarters from this day to this day. And Axe was like, you're going to be there at this time? And I was just like, yeah. Well, I'm going to be in London for a business trip this couple days before. I can extend a day because, you know, I can get away. I can get away with extending it. They won't look into it too much, and we can hang out at headquarters. And I'm just like, okay, all right, yeah. I was playing back when I was in uni. Now I was looking for a job, getting into streaming. Yeah, I mean, think about it. I understand. When I first started playing Fractured Space, right, October of 2014, that was 4 years ago now. So I was 27, about to be 28. I'm fixing to be 31 here in a couple of weeks. So I know how surreal it is, or how interesting it is to have spent that much time having something be a part of your life, and then it's not going to be there anymore eventually. I mean, right now it's still around and kicking, and I do hope we will be able to host our own servers at some point, but you know. Anyway, so getting to hang out with Xerid was really surreal for me. Because, like, I didn't know how to behave. At all. I was super nervous the whole fucking time. Because I was torn between just be yourself and you have to live up to the character that you portray, right? Which is such an odd feeling, right? It's such a strange position to be in when you're around people, like, physically in person. It's really easy, like, right now, because when I'm looking around, I don't see other people. I see, there is the wall to my room. There is the wall to my room. Here is a green screen. There is the camera on my desk. I see text on a computer screen right here that is typed out by other sentient beings, but I'm not seeing eyeballs, right? So it's really easy for me to be in, okay, we're in streamer mode now. I have to talk more, you know. Because, like, if I'm playing a game on my own, even if I'm having tons of fun, I'm normally dead silent. Like, I don't say anything. Just, you know, just play game. That's it. So it was really weird to be kind of in that position. If we're all bots and you're the only human in chat, well, I mean, that is entirely possible. I could be a brain in a jar, sitting on a shelf somewhere, interacting with a terribly advanced simulation. In which case, if that's true, god damn it, I would like to speak to whoever programmed this shit, because I've got some ideas for some improvements, okay? But actually getting to actually meeting Xerid was as close as I've gotten ever to meeting a fan, which is so incredibly bizarre to me. It's still bizarre to me. Okay, look. What is going on right this second? What is going on right this second? I, some 30-year-old schmuck, is sitting in front of his computer, lamenting about the death of an internet spaceship video game to other people on the internet scattered around the entire fucking globe. And not only am I doing all of this, but there are other people who are interested in this. The vast majority of this stream has just been me talking. And there are people sitting here listening to that. And not only listening to that, interacting. And supposedly having a decent time while doing it. Otherwise, I would hope that they wouldn't be here, because don't spend your time doing something you don't like. That is wild to me when I sit down and think about it. It doesn't make a lick of sense that me, having lived in my head for all of these years, almost 31 years, right? Who's so used to being that weird guy that nobody likes, that people put up with, right? And then eventually even turning that, like, you hear something enough, you start to believe it. Turning that in on myself when there's nobody around, and to talk shit, I help them by doing it to myself. Right? Nobody needs to call me a trash human being, because I do it to myself enough. But yet, here I am, summoning up this energy that I don't really have to be entertaining to people. Or at least attempt to be, right? I mean, there's I'm sorry, guys, but there's no accounting for taste. Why the fuck are you watching this? And that just blows my mind. And on top of all that, right? Not only am I doing this ridiculous thing that doesn't make any sense to me, but I've gained a like way more success than I ever thought I would be, right? Like, there was a time where I believed, and I can be a streamer, and I can get those numbers, and I can do this for a living. That's not, no. Vast majority of people cannot do that, right? I am not somebody that can do that, simply because I cannot be on that much. It is very, very hard for me to have that kind of energy flowing out of me for very long, just because I don't have a whole lot of energy as a human being. If you had told me I would be doing shit like this 10 years ago, I doubt I would have believed you. Just because I would have been like, no, people don't like me. Why the hell would they watch me, of all things? Ugh. Right? But I've been way more successful than I could have ever imagined at doing this. I got to be a part of an amazing experience with this game, and I got to be fucking in it for no reason that I can tell other than I was enthusiastic and a very okay person while pulling my shtick off. Right? I don't get it. In no way is any of this even remotely reasonable to me. This is all stupendously bizarre. And I don't even fucking know. I don't get it. How did I do all this? How did I get lucky and have all of this amazing shit happen to me? I don't have a God's damn clue. But here I am. doing shit. Right? Part of it's like, it's true. It is. It's a huge amount of luck. I mean, shit, I've got the job that I started recently. I think it's pretty fucking awesome. And the money is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's so ridiculous, I'm going to be able to get a new car. I'm going to have to wait several months, but I'm going to be able to replace my 97 POS as much as I love my car, right? Because it's not a machine. It is a friend that happens to be a car, right? I'm going to be able to upgrade and get something a little bit more, you know, not from this from the previous century. Life's way more awesome than I have any reason to have it be right now. Ridiculously awesome. And I have no idea. I have no idea what I possibly could have done to have things be as fantastic as they are right now. As fantastic as they've been. Right? Even everything said and done, like in the past 6 months, man, I have been in like pretty much the lowest place I've been in a very, very long time. But now I'm here. Someplace I never thought I would be. Right? And even though Fractured Space is ending, it's still great. I'm still happy. And that not only is a bizarre not only is that a bizarre thought for me, but that is it's bizarre that it would be bizarre to me. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? And I'm sitting here going, hey, I'm actually kind of happy. That's fucking weird. How bizarre is that? Goodness gracious. Battlefield 5 next week. Origin Access. Nope. Don't have Origin Access. I'm not giving EA money. They do not deserve my money. They don't. But, yeah. Enthusiastic or not as well? I haven't been for like the past year. I really haven't. That's one of the reasons I haven't been streaming very much. Is just kind of lost it. Like going through whenever I've gone through a patch with Fractured Space where I didn't want to play it, you know, even though I was still thinking about it, still happy that it was around and all that stuff. Just kind of energy for streaming went away. And right now I'm just trying not to give a shit. Right now I'm not trying to be Xerid, I'm just trying to have fun while streaming. And I hope I can keep going with that, because I mean I'm only doing it once a week. I'm not trying to force myself to do it. If I don't feel it, I'm just gonna get up and say, hey guys, I don't feel it, sorry. But I don't know. Actually, I do know. I know that Fractured Space is awesome. It will never cease being awesome. I'm very sad that development has had to stop. But we haven't heard any news about ECG closing or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do something very strange for me and to be optimistic and say, hey, the studio's still around. That's a good sign. So the guys that are still there are still striving, still going forward, still making something, and I'm interested to see what they come through with next. Because god damn it, if this is any kind of indication of what they're capable of, shit, I know I'm gonna spend a lot more money and a lot more time playing, you know, whatever else they come through next. At least I hope I am. Because, I mean, if it grabs me anywhere near as hard as Fractured Space has, goddamn, I'm gonna be kind of busting my ass to, you know, to still be a quantity. I got in one game, now I got a taste for it. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, no. But I still want to be around. 'Cause the folks at ECG are pretty fucking cool. Everybody that I've interacted with at headquarters has been awesome. Right? I know not everybody wanted to mess with the community because some motherfuckers in the community, in every community, in every group, there's always going to be some shit given, right? There's always going to be some of those folks. I've tried not to be that guy. I know I've had my moments, but I've tried not to be that guy. And hopefully I can continue to try not to be that guy in whatever else they come out with next, assuming it's a multiplayer. Maybe it'll be some cool little single-player project. I don't know. I'd be kind of for that. Maybe we'll get a Strike Suit 2. That might be actually pretty awesome. But yeah. I can't think of anything else to talk about. I don't know what other stories to tell. No, this is a Fractured Space focused stream. We're not talking about this stuff. If it was another stream, and maybe after a break I'll stream something else later today, but this stream is about Fractured Space. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything you guys want to know? Is there any other bits of information that you guys want that maybe I can provide? I don't know. Where the game was bored, you just kept talking in queue? Yeah, I remember that. Oh god, yeah, I do remember that. Oh no. So this was like the third free weekend where we had just gotten like the new leveling system or the new MMR system. I don't remember which. But we had just gotten a new system implemented. But there was a problem that was hitting about 15% of players from the old system that had got ported into it, where they just would not get games. They would not get games. And because it was a free weekend, I wanted to be there, and I wanted to stream, and I wanted to, you know, put forward my time because I wanted to answer questions. I wanted people to get into the game and have a good time. And so how do you do that? But you do it by streaming. However, yeah, I was one of the ones affected by that bug. So all I did for like 3 hours, because I wasn't getting a game, was talk about how awesome Fractured Space is, and I answered questions, and this, that, and the other. A whole lot of, yeah, I'm experiencing a bug right now, but this bug should not affect you guys. It's a very rare thing for us older players, and blah 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 blah. Man. And that was great. It was a bug, and that sucked, but at the same time, I got to sit there for 3 hours and just talk about Fractured Space to people that had never heard of the game before. I thought that was ballsing awesome. I thought that was great. And I kind of wish I had gotten to do that a lot more. That's actually something I regret. Is that I didn't go out and find people to talk about the game with more. I'm a hermit by nature, right? I'm very introverted. I just like if you were to ask me what perfect Friday night is for me, it would be sitting at home in some comfortable clothes, watching YouTube videos or Netflix or whatever, playing some game, and just chilling. That is, to me, that is perfection. Like existing just kind of not exactly isolated, but interacting with other people on my terms. Right? On my own terms, and not worry about anybody else. Now, if only I could find a girl like that, that would be great. I'm sure they're out there, but they're busy not fucking being somewhere where we can find each other. Anyway, that's an entirely different thing. But I kind of wish I had gone out and found more people who were being generally positive and interacting with them more. 'Cause like sometimes when I was taking my breaks from Fractured Space, I was just burnt out. Sometimes it was a couple of times it was the balance or the matchmaking was just kind of really busting my balls. So I just didn't want to put up with it. But towards the end here, it was how toxic the community got. I actually, in about a month before the closing announcement came through, or not the closing announcement, but the cease of development announcement came through, I actually went into the Discord and made it to where the only time the Fractured Space Discord would alert me to anything is if there was a direct at mention to me, or there was a post in either announcements or the stream team area. That was it. Any other time there's a new post in Fractured Space, don't say it. Doesn't alert me at all. Just because I was so sick and tired of just reading line after line of this game sucks and this needs to happen and oh my god, the devs are dumb and this that and the other. And it destroyed me, because I don't want to interact with those people. I've got there's way too much negativity in the world for me to want to put up with any of that. So I really feel bad that I didn't go out and find more positive people that were out there playing the game. That would have been nice. Also, I don't own everything. I didn't have enough credits to earn all the skins, or to buy all the skins, or the ultimate skins. So close. I mean, I can still play. There might be a chance, but it's gonna be a slog. But anyway. Blech. I really don't know what else to talk about. Still. Yeah. No, this is my day. This is my day. I ain't putting up with that shit. Not playing. I don't feel like playing around right now. This is the best ship. This is what we're gonna look at. And if anybody has a problem with that, even if it's a joke, I don't care. This is my day. This is me. Mourning something really fucking awesome that's over. Troll picked me up. Overseer and got the ace medal during the match. Yep. This is true. This is true. I got ace Overseer. Because Legaro here, when I still had the troll pick stuff enabled, elected to troll pick Overseer like 7 times in a row. And this is the old Overseer, where you only had the beam gun on mouse 1. Oh my goodness. And that was when I got the ace. I'm pretty sure I have that as a as a moment, as a highlight. I don't know, maybe. I don't remember. Miss the troll pig? Yeah. I kind of do too. But I'm lazy. I don't keep up with most of that stuff. That's one of the reasons I'm never going to be a big streamer, is just because I'm so fucking lazy and tired with all of it. I don't remember if the Reaper's on there. I hope it is. But I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. And I know how we're gonna... Ugh! How we're gonna be done. We're just gonna have some Reaper for a while. That'll be it. Just for a few minutes. And then I'm going to shut the stream off.